Yeah, welcome back to Rich Words Music, where it's 42 Gear Street 4 at Henning Pauli's place in Germany. And I'm back again on the Studio B chairs, it's not a couch, with Leigh Fuge. Welcome.
Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming back, because we've made videos before and you're back for more punishment, so...
That's what we do. We're becoming a bit of a duo now, and we seem to crop up in these videos quite a lot.
We are, kind of a bit of a slapstick sort of comedy thing going on.
And there's more videos in the diary, which we're both in as well, so...
Indeed there are. Stay tuned for those, kids. But yeah, anyway, there is a very specific reason why I brought Leigh back for this video, and that's because if you remember back to last year, there was a brand new guitar at 42 Gear Street 3. That was the Ibanez AZES, the AZ Essentials lineup.
Yes.
There were two of them. They're very, very affordable, coming in at 300 and 330 euros a piece. This is the AZES40, which is a humbucker single coil with a vibrato. And the 31 here has 3 single coil pickups and a hardtail bridge, which I personally thought was super cool, and which I think you loved as well, right?
If this is the same one from last year as well, out of everything at the show last year, this might have been my favourite guitar.
Pretty much
out of everything.
Well. And like I was just saying to you, these are the two literal guitars that I've had for videos on my channel elsewhere, and it was so hard for me to give them back to Ibanez. I really didn't want to, but
even though they're so affordable and they're so kind of accessible, they don't play like guitars that sit in that price range. No, they really do feel like they're worth way more than their price tag lets on.
No, exactly. And by the way, for those of you thinking I'm, kind of being a YouTuber for saying I didn't want to give them back, I wanted to buy them too, but the guys at Ibanez, they're suffering the same shortages as so many other musical instrument brands at the moment because of the global situation. They literally can't get the guitars, so they needed the two that I had to bring them to 42 Gear Street 4 and to then take them to the Guitar Summit. So that's why I couldn't even buy them for love nor money. So there we go. But anyway, the AZES HSS model is that one there. This year, we have a newer, even harder, rockier model. It's not an AZES, but it's a Geo. And I thought it would be a great thing to sort of compare these two very quickly. Yeah. Because for someone who likes this sort of a slightly more classical sort of Strat, but wants to go just a little bit rockier, I thought this could be the ticket. It's a similar sort of price point, similar sort of specifications. So what we're going to do is just play through them both and hear how they sound.
Yeah. I love that they've gone down this new kind of aesthetic now as well, because obviously that colour is incredible.
Yeah, I'm twisting the guitar over and over in the light.
And
it's like that shade that you see on some sort of boy racer cars that go between purple and blue. It's really, really nice.
And that neck.
Look at that neck.
Look at the neck.
So this guitar is about the €300 price point, and it has a roasted maple neck as well. Jatoba fingerboard, just like on the AZES guitars, but a very, very cool instrument. 2 humbuckers, and they are Ibanez's Classic Elites, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they're the Classic Elites, which you'd normally find on more expensive mid-range Ibanez guitars.
Right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The other cool thing it has is Ibanez's hardtail bridge. And again, I'm all about the hardtail bridges because I just don't like the wiggle stick too much personally.
Yeah.
So let's get into them. Let's hear how they sound. Okay. I think we'll start with the AZES because they're plugged in and go from there. Let's just go through the pickup settings and see what we got.
So even the bridge humbucker's got quite a nice sparkle to it.
It cleans up real nice, but it is sparkly. It's really, really nice. It's a classically sort of themed humbucker, I would say. Not super high output, and I expect a bit more output from this one.
Yeah, those will give us a bit more.
Yeah.
Got all the sort of usual,
very nice sort of
single coil classic sounds you'd expect.
That kind of a thing. Of course, you've got the alter switch on that guitar that gives you many other options if you want them, but I don't think we've got time to go through these. If you want to hear the alter switch, check my other videos. Links up there, down there, everywhere.
Yeah, because that thing does tons of crazy stuff.
I think there's 9 different pickup options on that guitar, so very many to get through. By contrast, this guitar doesn't have a pull-push switch or anything like that for a coil tap. It has a 5-way switch though, so we've got your what Ibanez describe as classic in-between sounds for humbuckers, but I'm not really that familiar with what that actually is.
Yeah, so I don't know a ton of stuff about that switching system, but I know there's some clever stuff going on where it kind of replicates those sort of position 2 and 4 things with clever coil split.
Yeah.
Things. So I think there's like a setting, again, maybe wrong about this, but I'm sure there's like one of the settings which is like the outside coil of that and the neck coil of that, which kind of gives you that almost like a middle pickup and a neck pickup sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's probably wiring diagrams online.
That would make sense, and I will link to those wiring diagrams because Ibanez are very good at that.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this one on the cleans then. You want to?
Do you want to play that? Or
you can. I tell you what, you do the riffs that you did, and we'll do it that way because that way we'll get a direct A/B comparison.
Right, now I got to remember what I played. So straight away you notice the volume drop there. That's obviously where the splitting happens.
Exactly, yeah. There was a significant drop in the volumes when it came to the in-between sounds. I don't think that would be too much of a problem for most people. But I also, hearing that guitar playing cleans, I also don't think that this is a guitar that many people are going to buy, you know, predominantly to play clean-sounding riffs. Yeah,
I mean, this to me, feels more typically Ibanez is what I expect an Ibanez to feel like, whereas that has a bit more of a traditional feel.
Yeah.
This is like super low action, and it has that kind of fatter sort of sound. So yeah, this is something that definitely kind of it's crying out for a bit of drive.
You can just hear that it wants to go, and it's got the 24 frets as opposed to the 22.
Yeah.
But interestingly, I think that the neck is a lot more, for me personally, a lot more comfortable than the Ibanez Wizard necks. It's got a bit more chunk to it.
Yeah, I would agree purely because, like you, I don't like super thin necks. Yeah. I like the necks to be a little kind of rounder and fatter.
I'm just looking to see if I can see the neck profile here on these tinily printed specifications here where on the back of the guitar. I'm sorry that I'm a tiny bit unprepared for this, guys. It actually has medium-sized frets, which I find quite interesting for a sort of more shreddy looking guitar.
Yeah. The action is super low as well, which, again, for me personally, it's just a personal setup thing. I don't like a super low action.
Yeah.
So for me, I would, if this was my guitar, I'd raise that up a bit. But that fits the bill of what Ibanez usually go for, though. Their guitars are always very kind of sleek and speedy to play.
Absolutely. Here's the interesting thing, though. Medium frets, but the fretboard radius is 15.75 inches, so it's super flat.
Wow. That's very flat.
And plenty flatter than what you get on the AZES guitars, for example.
That's probably like a 9.5 to a 12 or something. A bit more of a
something like that.
Radius.
Much more standard that you would expect for a guitar like that.
Yeah, when you start going into 15s, then you're talking very flat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, then it wants to do drive, so let's do a bit of drive.
Okay. Yeah, those pickups definitely feel more at home with a bit of punch going into them.
Absolutely, yeah. But for classic rock stuff, that sounded great.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this is also coming from the pedal that we've got there. I hope we can get a little shot of the pedal. We can't because we've moved the pedal out of the way. But it is the Blue by Volta.
Yeah.
Handmade in Italy, and this is a Dumble-esque sort of a pedal, I've been told.
Yeah, it's got that kind of Dumble-y sort of fatness to it.
Mid-pushed sound. Very, very cool for classic rock. So that was the bridge humbucker on there. Let's quickly flick across to the bridge humbucker on the AZES and hear how that compares. Yeah, why not?
It's your video. You should be doing some playing.
That should be, yeah. So
That's a much brighter bridge pickup.
it's actually not as big a difference as I was expecting, though. It is definitely brighter.
Yeah.
In some ways, I prefer the Geo.
Okay.
I think
interesting.
it seems more naturally at home for playing that kind of a sound. Very quickly, tuner on. Let's go back to you.
I'm kind of leaning more towards the sound of that bridge pickup.
I've surprised myself by just saying what I just said.
This is fatter sounding, I think. There's
Definitely.
a bit more of that
It's
kind of low mid
definitely fatter
presence.
sounding.
Yeah.
But there's something that's pleasing to my ear. I mean, I really love the pickup on this guitar as well, but yeah, I don't know.
That has, again, it's more of the classic sort of humbucker sound.
Yeah.
It sounds more like a, for lack of a better descriptive term, a Strat with a humbucker.
Yeah.
Whereas this has definitely got more of that modern kind of super Strat vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think someone who buys a guitar like this is going to spend much time on the neck pickup, or is it predominantly going to be full on humbucker and you just go?
I think maybe if you're a lead player, like obviously plenty of lead stuff goes on the neck pickup.
It does.
I mean, obviously rhythm stuff is the bridge all the way.
Yeah.
And I guess really this is the guitar that you would buy probably more if you're going to be playing rock stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely fatter and warmer as you'd expect from a neck pickup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more suited to that rather than kind of rhythm playing.
Yeah. Let's just very quickly go to the neck on this, and I'll give you this one for that. And then we'll make our final conclusions, because I'm being told by the faceless man in the corner we're running out of time.
Brighter, much brighter.
Yeah, but a totally different thing on
Yeah.
the neck pickup for me.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a single car, so.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Definitely more versatile in that sense.
that's
Because
an
obviously
overall
it's-
versatile guitar. Now, if I was someone who was recommending a beginner buy their first guitar, if they were doing anything other than hard rock and metal, I would recommend that they go for the AZES based on my first impressions.
Yeah.
But if they just want to do rock stuff, if they want to do down tunings and stuff like that, I'd recommend them
Yeah,
to go
absolutely.
for the Geo. It's built for that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a great guitar. But this has definitely got more of that, like you said, versatility. And if you want more of a classic sound, this thing.
Yeah.
All the way.
We haven't had time to showcase it in this video, but if you just pick up the guitar there in the corner again, that's the AZES40. Now this is closely related to the 40, which Leigh is holding right there, but it has 3 single coil pickups and a hardtail bridge,
Yeah.
which in my opinion makes it the ideal choice for
Yeah.
someone who's buying their first electric, because it has extra tuning stability. It's just easier to control.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, if you're hard to rock, you could go for one of these. Listen, guys, we've run out of time. We're going to have to do this video in more detail on another future occasion. I shall be asking Ibanez if I can get myself a Geo to do further in-depth testing, as is the norm on my channel. And I recommend that you also try and do the same thing, because I'd like to see you do a bit more with this.
I shall try. Post down below in Rich's comment section if you want that to happen.
Please do. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and there is plenty more to come. Make sure to check out all of the other videos at 42 Gear Street 4. The hashtag is 42GS4. Be sure to check out Leigh's channel. He's got some fantastic videos on there, and some other fantastic videos on there. He does a lot of great content about a lot of musical instrument-based stuff. And he started live streaming once a week as well, which is very fun as well.
Once a week's a loose term, but.
Once a week if he can manage it. But there we go.
And also, if you like this guy, his face appears on my channel quite a lot too.
It does actually, unfortunately for you guys, but there we go. Anyway, let's round this one off then. Thank you to Henning, Bo, Victor, and the rest of the production team involved in putting this event all together. It's been running super smoothly so far. There's been a bunch of great videos, and there are a bunch more coming too. Cheers to Henning for everything, but I've been Rich for Rich Words Music, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.